What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to Girls Frontline 2 Exilium. So let's continue with the story and try to wrap things up here. Uh, wait, hold on, I didn't even read that part. My bad. Uh, Thank you, Commander. I think it said, I'm happy to be able to see you again. That's right. What are you doing here, Commander? It's a long story. You know about the troop, right? Someone caused trouble there last night, and Groza followed them to another Varjager camp. Jung Yu and I came over to help check it out, but not long after we met up, those guys went out for a walk. I see. And after this, you're going to... We'll be heading back to the campsite first. Groza has got a good picture of the situation here. I believe your teammates are looking forward to meeting you too. Here we go. The reunion. The full squad. And when I say full squad, I just mean like 4 people. I know sometimes you can have more than 4 in the game. Once we return to the settlement, Zhang Yu practically flies into the troop campsite. Big Sis, Jia Hui, look who I found! Upon hearing Zhang Yu's voice, Diane looks up from where she's working by the stage. Fei. Diane approaches with quick steps, enfolding Fei and Zhang Yu in a hug. Jia Hui walks out of the nearby tent, having heard a commotion. Fei, what are you doing here? Jia Hui reflexively glances at me, and I raise my hands defensively. It really wasn't me this time. I only just ran into Fei. Jia Hui then turns to Fei, who walks over and punches Jia Hui's shoulder. Diane gave me a location. What the heck? So you can go off by yourself and nobody's allowed to follow? The previously happy mood in the air suddenly freezes over. Diane sighs before walking over to the pair, taking a green-colored arm in one hand and a red-colored one in the other. There, don't get mad. We should be happy that Monsoon's been reunited after so long. Yeah, that's right. Faye came over to help us out. In fact, she helped us beat up a bunch of Varjagers just now. Don't be so stiff, Jia Hui. Yes, Faye's skills were amazing. Also, do you have anything to say to Monsoon Assembled? Is that the name of the band? Alright. Jia Hui presses the spot between her brows in resignation. I was hoping that this brief period of independence action would be enough to spur you ladies into calmly considering our future. Clearly that plan has failed. That means it was the wrong thing to do. It's better to be frank and speak up rather than having us all stew in our rooms by ourselves, being miserable. Isn't that right, Big Sis Fei? For once, I agree with Zhang Yu. Yes, I agree that face-to-face discussion is the best form of communication for Monsoon. Much like when you play a song, one must be on the scene to properly judge the audience's reaction. Jia Hui, while this was a private commission, you're still part of Monsoon. Will you allow us to help you with this commission for the next few days? I mean, your business is Monsoon's business. Yeah, we'll help you out if Amida gives you another job next time. You know, I wonder... because I feel like at the start of this whole commission with Jia Hui, it was just her. I wonder if like the troop kind of feels bad, like... or like just being surprised just about the amount of like security that they're getting right now. For free, too. After seeing the sincerity in her teammates' expressions, the coldness on Jia Hui's face seemed to have faded. Jia Hui looks them in the eye and nods. Alright. Yeah, like, dude, they got like free security here, man. Alright. But yeah, we'll try our best to, finish up this whole thing whenever we can. I want to be ready for the next updates. I saw that, I think Springfield was coming up. Like I saw it under X or Twitter. So yeah, I'm guessing that'll be the next big event that's been teased. Alright. And yeah, with that in mind, I'm not sure if I'm, really excited for that. Just because, I guess for me, since I'm like very picky on my on my spending, I'd rather just get other units instead. Several days later, inside the troops' campsite, Monsoon Squad and Groza intensified patrols outside the campsite for the following days. Despite the little upset during the test show, the attack we feared never came again, and the troop enjoyed a rare few days of peace. It's a relief that the troop has been otherwise unmolested, but I'm hard-pressed to find a rationale for the Varjagers' actions. Could it be that the link between the Varjagers and the attackers from that night was purely a coincidence? Was it truly just two layabouts with nothing better to do, accepting a job from the underground? No, perhaps I need to investigate further. There must have been something hiding behind the scenes that I've been missing, that I missed. Once afternoon rehearsals for the troupe are over, I seek out Jiahui. As she listens to my intentions for coming here, she puts down the prop she is checking and looks at me in puzzlement. So you intend to investigate the Varjagers outside the camp? Right now? Yes, right now. You can tell something's wrong too, right? I turn to look outside the camp. While things seem peaceful enough in the campsite, the settlement outside is nowhere as warm and welcoming as it was when we first came. In fact, it feels somewhat deserted. Our audience is gone. That's right, the troupe advertised the show heavily, so there ought to be more people here. However, it seems the Varjager activity nearby has forced people who were planning to watch the play to abandon their plans. Commander, do you think the change in the Varjager's actions is linked to how we stopped the attack on the camp that day? I can't be sure, but we both know the Varjagers are mixed up in this. And besides, the Varjagers have been a scourge on the surrounding region, yet the settlement and the troop have been completely untouched. It doesn't make sense. I don't think it's because we revealed ourselves, and I don't think anyone would actually pay to invite those starving wolves here. Therefore, I need to head out there on foot to figure out what's going on. Since it's very likely that Aida is involved, I'll need the help of Monsoon Squad too. Understood. I can accompany you, Commander. Oh, me too, me too. I haven't gone out investigating with you in a long time, Commander. Zhang has appeared from seemingly nowhere and inserted herself between Jiahui and me, followed closely by Dayan and Fei, who turned up in front of me. Everyone's just here, okay. Why didn't you just tell us you needed help, Commander? Yeah, Jiahui would have monopolized the scouting mission with the Commander if I hadn't secretly followed you. As I see the looks of anticipation in their eyes, I can't help but chuckle, but eventually I harden my heart and shake my head. The Varjagers are still roaming around out there, so we need to leave someone behind to protect the campsite. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like if everyone just came, I mean, what it would just be Groza left in the camp. I feel like with someone like Jiahui, you know, she's good on her own. Jiahui and Zhang Yu will follow me. Dayan and Fei will stay behind and protect the campsite. Okay. I mean, I feel like we would just be fine with Jiahui, in my opinion. But I guess she'll come too. Woohoo! Understood. Fei and I will mind the campsite, but please be careful, Commander. As our jeep drives deeper into the wilderness, there is still no trace of the Varjagers. Zhang Yu stares out of the backseat window for a long time, but she can't find anything. Bored, she begins tapping out a rhythm on the vehicle's frame. Zhang Yu, mind your volume. Okay, fine. I'll stop now. After being reminded by Jiahui, Zhang Yu sticks her tongue out and grumbles under her breath. These Varjagers are such a pain. There's no sign of them anywhere. It's just a waste of your time, Commander. I can't believe we're spending our precious time off on those Varjagers. I'm so mad. After complaining, Zhang Yu drapes herself over the back of my seat. Still, I'm glad I got to go out with you again on a mission, Commander. It feels just like the old days. In fact, I can't help but wonder how nice it would be if the troupe could just keep performing. Then Big Sis and Fei and I could just ignore that crappy agreement and stay with you forever. Right, Commander? The agreement? Actually, Kylan sent me a secret transmission about a month ago when I was assisting 404 regarding new changes in the agreement. Oh, there's new changes? Yeah, one of you guys told me like a really good explanation on the agreement. Where, yeah, pretty much he had he had to leave. I guess the company. I kind of forgot already, but I remember when I read it. It was a really good explanation on the whole, without spoilers, on the whole past of the whole agreement and all that stuff. Now, while quite a few dolls have already returned to the Elmo through chance encounters, I was planning to maintain the status quo for a while longer to avoid the Elmo becoming a target once again. But after seeing the gloominess and delight on Jung Yu's face and thinking about the pendant that Daeun cherished so dearly, I find it hard to keep quiet. Perhaps I can't find the answer for the world, but at the very least, I can give them an answer. Commander? Actually, you can do that right now. You don't have to worry about that agreement anymore. Eh? Jung Yu's jaw drops and her eyes go wide. I sigh, then smile, as gently as I can. Just last month, the Non-Military Forces Administration secretly lifted the part of the agreement's restrictions for various reasons. Oh, really? I don't know if he's just like making this up to make them feel better, or if this is real. That said, it was done in secret, so I didn't tell everyone because I didn't want to alarm certain people. Also, I'm just a penniless bounty hunter right now, so all I can do is wander the land doing jobs to make ends meet. It's a hard life. Wait, did he say like the specifics, or did I just miss that? No, he just said that some parts have been lifted secretly. I don't care if you're wandering or not. I'm happy as long as I'm with you, Commander. It won't ever be a hardship for me. I'm sure Big Sis and Faye feel the same way too. Oh yeah, we'll go back and tell them the good news. I'm sure they'll be really happy if they know they can follow you again. Really now? I chuckle, then I turn to Zhao Hui. However, I realize that she's staring intently through the windshield, her face grim. Commander, Varjagers sighted ahead. Yeah, I don't know if, I guess maybe it's true. Because, I guess during that dialogue, he sounded like he was reminded of something that Callan said. You know. Problem resolved. Zhao Hui, catch up quick. We can wrap things up and share the good news with our sister soon. Oh, I just realized Zhang Yu is here now. She was in a unit before, right? Like, available? Just like with, Abelka and Andorus in the previous one. Like, we saw them in the game, but not playable yet. Don't rush. Take care of the enemies first. Yeah, like, I guess for the next updates, like I said, it seems to be Springfield coming up next. I imagine they'll expand upon Zuchero Cafe. But wait, if they do, I mean, we already got Macchiato. We already got Centauressi, right? And Sharkry was one of them, right? Because I'm just wondering if it's going to be like, with the Ulrid and Suomi, and the, and then Klukai and, Michtu. So then, if it's going to be like a two-part event, where they normally have 2 units, I mean, I'm sure that this, what I'm about to say has already been answered in the Chinese version. But I am wondering who the second unit might be, if there is like a second one. Or is it just Springfield? Maybe it's a new character that'll be introduced in the story in that event. But yeah, for me, I don't know who that might be, but I'm sure like that's already been done in the Chinese version. Because I know that like they're ahead. Yeah, I would love to get Springfield and all that, and make a team based on the Zuchero Cafe, but I really want to be careful with the way I spend them in these gacha games. There we go. I want to be very, very careful. Because I want to make sure I can, with my goal of like making lore-based teams, I want to finish up 404 if I can. Thanks to Zhao Hui and Zhang Yu's combined attack, the ambushing Varjagers are soon driven off. We wipe out the remaining enemies along the way, but don't see anyone else around us. In order to verify the Varjagers' tracks, we even pursue them all the way to the Varjager camp we found earlier. However, the brightly lit campsite from that night is now completely deserted, It is as though these bandits were tipped off and vanished without a trace after shifting their area of activity. What's going on? Maybe they got scared by how we've been spanking them over the past few days and ran off. No, judging by the state of the camp, this was an organized withdrawal. So we missed them again? Let's head over to the other camp that Rosa found. We soon arrive at the other camp. However, the situation there is the same as before. Hey, where did everyone go? When I came here with Rosa and the commander just a few days ago, there were Varjagers patrolling around the area. Indeed, if they packed up and just just a few days, then where did they go? I lean against the window and rub my forehead as I feel a headache coming on. Is there really nothing wrong with those Varjagers? In the past, exterminating Varjagers was not a difficult task. However, they seem to have become more cunning over the past 6 months. Their behavior we saw during this request reflects that. They have multiple temporary bases. They actively send out people to take underground market requests, and they can even conduct organized group patrols. A vague feeling that there is something wrong about all this churns in my mind. It's almost as though someone is directing these crude bandits from the shadows. Unfortunately, I have no clues or proof regarding them at the moment. Don't be so down, Commander. Since they're gone, the troop and the settlement will be safe. You should be happy, Commander. It's good for Ada, yes, but it seems the bounty that the Commander will receive for investigating the Varjagers is going to be much smaller than expected. You don't hold back at all, do you? Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, Commander. I didn't think about that. Still, there's no need to worry. Now that the agreement's been loosened, Monsoon will help you with missions as long as we get to stay on the Elmo. In short, you won't have to worry about starving with us around. Is that so? I'm looking forward to that. Me too. There's all sorts of fun stuff on the Elmo, and a lot of old friends. Well, not just the guys from Griffin, but lots of new friends too. You'll be able to make new friends too, right? Jung-Yu tightens her grip on the steering wheel, and her eyes sparkle as she fantasizes about what the future holds. Jiahui says nothing, only listening quietly. Man, I want to head back to the campsite right now and see the look on Big Sis and Faye's faces when I tell them the agreement's been loosened up. Hold on tight, Commander. I'm putting the pedal to the metal. Jung-Yu mutters about the agreement to herself as she speeds all the way back. Soon the jeep lurches to a halt. We're at the campsite. Commander, we've arrived. Jung-Yu eagerly dismounts and runs up to the nearby Diane and Faye. The flurry of wild gesticulation that follows tells me, even without hearing her words, that she's informing them about the agreement. Sure enough, Diane and Faye run up to me a moment later. Commander, is what Jung-Yu said really true? Is the agreement annulled? I nod. Strictly speaking, it was because the terms have been loosened that, after the previous assistance to 404 concluded, you were allowed to stay on the Elmo. So wait. Because we assisted with 404? So yeah, I assume that the story right now takes place after that whole thing. Okay. So because of that, the terms were loosened? Is that what I'm understanding? I'm kind of confused. So, like, were Griffin, were they, they were notified of that? But yeah, I don't know if that's the case or not. So, if you don't mind following me to my wanderings, you can come back to the Elmo and stay with me permanently after this contract is finished. That's wonderful. I've been looking forward to the day when I can officially join the Elmo, to the day when I could return to your side for good, Commander. Diane strokes the pendant on her wrist. Me too. I'll follow you anywhere, Commander. It doesn't matter where you go. Monsoon Squad was always about traveling after all. Alright, since you're willing, I have no reason to refuse you. You know, like, I know with Zhao Wei, she's all about, like, traveling and stuff. Like, we're still traveling on the Elmo, you know? It's still going places. We're not gonna be in the same environment. Only, like, the Elmo would be the same environment. But at least that environment moves to other environments. Wait, did I even say this? I think I might have skipped out. Hold on. Alright, since you're willing, I have no reason to refuse you. However, it seems your leader still hasn't chimed in yet. I looked towards Zhao Hui. She's been keeping her distance ever since she got down from the vehicle. Zhang Yu and the others all looked expectantly toward her, expecting Zhao Hui to respond with a smile. Diane's expression is colored further with mild concern and worry. As expected, Zhao Hui simply toys with the knife she's holding. Her expression is as cool and even as ever. We haven't reached the deadline for the suggestion yet, so my answer is the same as before. So you want me to join the Elmo? I will need to consider it, but I will not stop you. Huh? What's there to consider? The commander's super reliable, you know. You don't need to overthink this, Zhao Hui. You know, I've always been waiting for this to happen. The air turns chilly. Diane steps forward and carefully ventures a question. I never asked before, but is there some reason that you're reluctant to join us, Zhao Hui? Uh, Zhao Hui doesn't answer. She simply continues rubbing the handle of her knife. Upon seeing Zhao Hui's reaction, I sigh inside. I probably won't be able to get the answer out of her today. After patting the others on the shoulder, I chuckle quietly. Well, if she needs to think about it, then we don't have to press her for an answer today. The troupe will be performing for a while. You can always decide once the contract is done. Alright, there we go. That's been done. Continue. Yeah, I wonder how much we have left. I saw that we're at 6. There's 9, right? Unless I'm wrong. We'll see. Yeah, man, very interesting. I wonder what's up with the Varjagers. Apparently they're just running around and not doing much. The week-long schedule of shows is slowly winding down. During this time, the Varjagers are still active in the wilderness, but they don't harass the troop again. The attack Ada fear does not take place, and the troop's performance receives glowing reviews. On the nights before the final performance, the troop's campsite is brightly lit, and the members of the troop are gathered in the heart of the campsite, nervously preparing for their last show. When daybreak comes, I shall go with... Ada, mind your blocking. Sorry about that. Let's do it over. When daybreak comes, I shall go with the wind, onward to the kingdom on the faraway clouds. Ada, your delivery just now was too stiff. I'm sorry, After the second reminder, Ada stumbles a little as she gets to her feet. Even the most clueless actor would be able to tell that right now. She is not in the right state of mind for a rehearsal. The director sighs and pats Ada on her shoulder. Relax. If you're not feeling well, then go rest up a little. We'll go over the other portions first. Thank you. Ada nods to the director in gratitude and slinks away from the stage. Zhao Hui rises from her seat in the audience and silently follows her. Miss Ada, when humans are bothered by something, do they feel better when they talk to holes in trees? What? Is that like an expression that... Yeah, I don't even know that expression, if that is an expression. Huh? So if there's something bothering you, why not try telling me about it? If nothing else, my color scheme is about 70% similar to a tree hole. I figured I ought to be able to provide 70% of the functionality of one. Ada freezes up, then carefully looks Zhao Hui up and down before bursting into laughter. Miss Zhao Hui, is this how you always comfort your friends? Not always, but right now, it seems to be working. Thank you. I do feel a little better now. Upon seeing that sadness in Ada's eyes that has abated a little, Zhao Hui walks over to Ada's side. Are you feeling anxious about tomorrow's show? Yes, I believe Ferris's parents won't give up that easily. Miss Ada, I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but as your actor, your sole duty is to deliver your performance. Ensuring that the show is safe is Monsoon Squad's duty. Got it. Thank you, Miss Zhao Hui. I'm sorry for subjecting you to that terrible performance just now. No matter what happens tomorrow, I'll perk myself up and properly prepare for it. Ada smiles and nods to Zhao Hui, and turns to head back to the stage. Zhao Hui watches Ada leave, noting the extra spring in her step, and then she returns to the audience's seat. After the rehearsal, in a corner of the camp, having confirmed that her various tasks and preparations are complete, Zhao Hui is about to head back to rest when she suddenly feels a weight on her shoulder. Ambush successful. Big sis, Faye, come quick. Having managed to grab Zhao Hui's shoulder, Zhang Yu excitedly waves the others over. Soon Diane and Fei have arrived, flanking Zhao Hui. Faced with their ambush, Zhao Hui raises her hand in resignation. I don't recall a pre-show celebration on the cards. No, it's not really a celebration. We just have to have a few questions for you. Fei rubs her head, and her expression turns serious. That is to say, what do you think of the commander? Yeah. We were all in a rush when we came to help the commander out, so you probably you probably didn't have much of a chance to talk to him. But now, it's just us Monsoon Squad and the commander. Plus, you've been with him for so long already. Surely you must have made up your mind about him by now, right? Uh, the last show is tomorrow. Zhao Hui, no matter what you're planning to do, won't you sit down and talk things through with us before making your final decision? Yeah, I hate to how you just get up and left the Elmo without saying anything. I'm sorry, I was planning to make my decision after the commission was complete and I could discuss things with the commander. I didn't think I would so much trouble for everyone. Who says you're troubling us? Zhao Hui, you're always so decisive in whatever most of the time. Why are you all hesitant now? We've known each other for so long, so you can just tell us if you've got anything on your mind. Mm-hmm. Zhao Hui, you can tell us directly if you have any doubts or questions about the Elmo. After all, Monsoon's been through a lot over the past few years, and we faced it all together, haven't we? Yeah, in the past, you were always the one to come up with a plan when we ran into trouble. Now you've got trouble, so you should tell us about it. We're a team after all. Thank you. I'll be frank then. It is true, I have some reservations about joining the Elmo. However, they are not related to the Elmo or Monsoon, but rather my past. Oh. If I had to guess, maybe the reason why she always travels, go from like one place to another, is because there might be some kind of like, I guess what do you call it again? I guess she doesn't want to make a connection, like a relationship with the environment, like a home and stuff. She doesn't want to establish a home because maybe she might grow sentimental to it, maybe. Zhao Hui looks down at the scars on her hand. A moment later, she looks up at Diane. I want my choice to be meaningful, so I'm sorry, but I can't give an answer right now. Diane steps forward and gently grasps Zhao Hui's hand. It's alright, Zhao Hui. We didn't approach you tonight to ask you to do anything. We just want to tell you that you have always been a great leader for all these years. Yeah, you might have it out for me, but you're actually pretty trustworthy as a squad leader. Monsoon might not even be here if it wasn't for your ideas. Yes, I agree. I wouldn't follow orders from just anyone. So we truly hope that we can continue traveling with you. I hope so too. And I will also seriously consider the matter of our future. After noting that Monsoon Squad is almost done talking, I head over and knock lightly on a nearby tent pole. Sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to talk about the campsite's defensive posture for tomorrow. What do you have in mind, Commander? I believe the Varjagers have not given up on the big fish that this troop represents. Those two attacks on Ada weren't coincidences, merely probes. Zhao Hui nods in agreement. Yes, they were using them to determine how well the troop was protected. Indeed. While the mental image of disciplined Varjagers might sound strange, if they were really planning on making a big haul, they would probably hold back until the tour was over and the troop's temporary guards were gone. I don't want anything to happen to the troop after we leave, rather than leave those Varjagers free to threaten others. I'd rather look for a chance to put an end to the matter once and for all. Was this why you kept sending Miss Groza out after the Varjagers over the past few days? And here I thought you were going to mind your own business. Come on, it's not like bounty hunters only have collapsed pieces on the mine. And besides, I also want to... Oh, alright. Shots fired. A series of gunshots and explosions outside the campsite interrupts my words and shatters the silence of the night. Run! It's the Varjagers! The Varjagers are here! So they came after all. Ladies, prepare for a fight. Alright. Here we go. So yeah, they did come here. Okay. Faye was assigned to clear the audience out. Let's eliminate the remaining enemies. That's funny. I'm wondering if, like, with Faye, maybe her model was not made yet, you know, during this update. You know, like back when... Because, you know, I assume that all these events are, like, ports over from the Chinese version. Like, yeah, I'm sure she's, like, out now in China, but... I'm guessing during this time when this event was out for China, her model wasn't made, like the in-game model. But dude, I'm excited for Anders and Belka, man. I really want to get them. I just want to get like a second premium team, like, done and ready. Well, I guess maybe when I say premium, like, I'm not sure if they're like, you know, 5 stars or whatever. The Varjagers who attack the settlements are swiftly beaten back by Monsoon Squad and Groza's combined efforts. Because yeah, I think right now, if I think about it, I don't think I have a team that's fully, you know, premium, like, you know, fully 5 stars, I think. Because I do use, like, Lada, you know, for, like, the lore-based teams, and then you got, like, other 4 stars. However, the campsite was caught in the crossfire, and much of the intricate backdrops and stage is destroyed. Anything even remotely valuable in the backstage area has vanished. The campsite is in an uproar. The troop manager is frantically shuttling between the stage, the admin tent, and the costume racks, totaling up the losses while Monsoon Squad and I help her out. Just then, an actor runs over. Manager, it's bad. Ada's gone. Oh. Huh? Tell me. Be clear about it. What happened? The cast was doing a head counts just now, and we couldn't find Ada. After that, someone mentioned that they think they saw several Varjagers going after Ada when the campsite was being attacked. And also, someone was guiding the Varjagers. I think it was the people who came to cause trouble for us earlier. Wait a minute. Are you saying that the troublemakers from earlier were inside men for the Varjagers, and that Ferris' parents hired the Varjagers to attack the troop? No, I don't think so. When you consider how Ferris died, there's no way her family would hire the Varjagers. The underground markets are chaotic and hard to manage. It's more likely that the commission to cause trouble here was coincidentally taken by the Varjagers. The Varjagers needed an inside man. That's right. The tour was heavily publicized, so the Varjagers have probably had their eye on the troop for some time now. The commission put out by Ferris' family gave them the perfect excuse to sneak around the campsite without arousing our suspicion. Would the Varjagers actually do that? Don't they only know how to wave their guns around? That would normally be the case, but it seems like the Varjagers have grown a brain over the past few months. Oh wait, this is me. I think I was still talking as the other actor. Commissions involving them have gotten harder and harder to complete as a result. While they're still fairly amateurish in combat, their ability to strategize does seem to have evolved a little. Dang it. Then what should we do now? A sudden ringtone from the comm terminal interrupts the manager's words. The manager frowns and picks it up. We instantly hear a girl scream from the other side of the connection. It only lasts for a second, and then the girl's voice cuts off, replaced by a short-tempered voice. Hear that? Hold on. I need to be right back. Alright, I'm back. Heard that? Your lead actress is in my hands. Bring her ransom by tomorrow. I'm warning you now. Don't try any fancy crap with me, or the chick dies. The call cuts off, and the campsite instantly goes silent. But soon, a cacophony of voices erupts from all around. The panic swallows the entire troop. That was Ada's voice. The Varjagers kidnap Ada. Director, what should we do? Can we really trust the Varjagers? What if... Amidst the clamor, the theater manager walks over to me, a look of utter helplessness in her eyes, and tightly squeezes my hand. Please save Ada. We'll try to get the ransom together, but we can't let anything happen to Ada again. Alright, calm down. No matter what. Before I can finish, Zhao Hui has already walked up to us. Commander, Allow me to handle the rescue. I've seen enough kidnappings to last me a lifetime. Hm. The scum only know how to bully the weak and torment others. I don't know how people live in decontamination zones, but stepping in when I see injustice being done is how I live. And now that I've seen it happen, there's no way I can turn a blind eye to it. I know that, but please wait a moment. Zhao Hui's eyes narrow as I stop her. Don't get me wrong, Zhao Hui. Calm down and listen to me. I massage the space between my eyes as I take in her guarded attitude and suspicions. Looks like she's really misunderstood me. Then I shake my head and look her in the eye. Zhao Hui, I feel the same way as you. There's no way I would simply stand aside after seeing something like this. That has nothing to do with being a bounty hunter. That said, stopping you comes from my experience as a bounty hunter. I believe there is a better solution to this matter. Okay. What if that's the reason too why she's always going on about, traveling, is that she just wants to be a superhero too. She wants to save people. Continue. Yeah, what if that's the case? Like she doesn't want to see that happen to anyone else because maybe she experienced that or with someone like that. And yeah, she just wants to rescue people now. I am not sure. Inside a darkened corner of a Varjager warehouse, I secretly slip a thin razor blade out from between my layers of clothing. I remember the calm look on Zhao face as she slipped it into my sleeves. I've carried this blade with me all this time just for situations like this, when I'm trapped among the enemy. Since you're willing to take the risk, Commander, I'll give you this blade. This blade is sharp, so be careful not to cut your fingers when you retrieve it. I feel the blade and take advantage of the fact that there's nobody there to cut the ropes binding me. Oh wait, what? Okay, so I'm guessing I like turn myself in because there's like ropes on me apparently. Soon the ropes fall apart behind me and I work my shoulders to free myself as I tuck the little razor blade back into my thick sleeve. It nicks my fingertip and coolness oozes from the points of contact. Ugh, it really is sharp. I ignore the pain in my finger and fish out the micro communicator in my collar before calling Zhao Hui. There's hardly any delay before the call goes through. The plan was successful. I'm inside a Varjagers warehouse. So your definition of success is pretending to be defeated and captured so they can throw you into their warehouse while trussed up like a turkey? Hey, it beats mindlessly charging in. This place seems lightly guarded, and the rope work is sloppy. Looks like these Varjagers aren't very experienced. Oh yeah, your knife was really useful too. As long as you're safe. Have you found Ada yet? Yep, Ada's in another corner. I think she's fainted. I'll go wake her up now. Wait for my signal. How are you and Zhangyu? Ready to move on your signal, Commander. Alright. I hang up and quietly approach the corner where Ada's lying. Ada's face is pale as she lies in the cold ground. Her hands are tied behind her, and her entire body is curled up into a ball. I bend down and start cutting her bonds. Then I pat her shoulder before calling her name. Ada! Ada! Wake up! After a while of this, Ada weakly opens her eyes. Upon seeing me, she grabs hold of my sleeve. Her eyes go wide and filled with tears. Please help me. It's them. Zhao Hui, Dayan, and Zhang Yu hide behind a pile of rocks, keeping a watchful eye on the nearby Varjager encampments. Sounds of merriment and occasional laugh come from within. It seems they are celebrating their recent victory. Zhang Yu pouts in annoyance as she crouches by the rock pile, bored out of her mind. I'm so bored. Why hasn't the commander given a signal yet? Be patient. Eh? Weren't you about to butt heads with the commander yesterday? Why are you willing to listen to him all of a sudden? That was then. This is now. Zhao Hui's eyes do not leave the Varjager's campsite, even as she delivers her flat reply. Oh, I get it now. You've realized just how trustworthy the commander is, haven't you? Zhao Hui remains silent, but then a command suddenly comes over the comm channel. Zhao Hui, go. Acknowledge. Here we go. We about to break in. Jailbreak. Okay. Wow, look at this one here with the The lights? We've infiltrated the camp and are poised to initiate an attack. What's the situation over there with the boss? Everything is currently going smoothly. Let's begin as planned. Understood. Jungyu Dayan, initiate the attack. I guess Faye... I guess it makes sense that Faye is still back. Because she's, you know, not playable yet, I guess. They wouldn't show her here. Alright, let's go. Nice. Let it autoplay. Yeah, I feel like we're just almost done with this in a way. Maybe I can give my thoughts during this battle here. So far with the story, it feels pretty okay. I think it's still good, but it doesn't feel anything like super special. I think it's, you know, along the lines of like with you know, like these Ichiro Cafe stuff. I guess when if it feels like a part of the main story, then I feel like I would usually like it. This feels more like a side story in a way. But you know, I felt like the one with like Michiru and Vector, that was like a really fun side story. This one here feels like, you know, along the lines of like, you know, when we first saw the Ichiro Cafe, which is not bad. But it's around that level. I think it's at least good. After sending the transmission to Jiahui, I instruct Ada to hide in a corner. I ensure Ada is well hidden and take cover behind a nearby heap of junk, my gun ready in case we're attacked from outside. Soon gunshots fill the air outside of the warehouse. The gunfire draws closer. Someone kicks the main door. A familiar form rushes in. Commander, Ada, we're here. Jiahui swiftly rushes over to our side and nods to us. Zhang Yu and Dayan are covering us outside. Come with me. There's a side path we can use to leave their encampment. No, we can't leave now. At least not like this. And what is the reason for that? I took a commission from Ada. Jiahui raises an eyebrow. Time is tight. I'll cut to the chase. Just now, Ada told me that she recognized these Varjagers. Yes, I did, Miss Jiahui. I've seen them before. Ada's eyes suddenly fill with anger as she tightens her grip on Jiahui's arms. Her voice is trembling. Last night, when I was brought here, I saw their leader, the Varjagers' leader. Their leader he was wearing a necklace. I remember. The necklace was a birthday gift from her family. Ferris cherished it dearly, and she'd wear it everywhere. That's why I'm certain of it. He was the one who led the Varjagers that attacked me and Ferris. Correct. And so, Ada made a request of me. She wants me to wipe out these Varjagers to avenge Ferris. I accepted. And now, Jiahui, you have a choice. Are you willing to join me in clearing this nest of Varjagers? Of course, it's going to be more dangerous than just escorting Ada out of here. For the first time, there is an almost imperceptible smile on Jiahui's face. It would be my pleasure. So bloodthirsty, man. Okay. Yeah, very bloodthirsty. Okay. Continue. I think we're about to be done. I think there's only 9, right? I could be wrong. Maybe it's 10. I think this next one is the last one. I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Oh, we're just in a battle right away. Overfaller. Is that the boss? Oh shoot. I accidentally pressed. Go everyone, get in there. Knock this guy's head off for me. Jiahui, keep a tight watch on them and don't let even one of these scrubs escape. Understood. So wait, is it just Jiahui? Like, the one to clear them out? I guess so. So is that guy the boss? Oh, it's just a normal enemy? Okay. I just never seen that hammer before on a normal enemy. Okay, it's just normal people here. You're not sure if there's a boss or something. Okay. Alright. Go, Michiru. Drink your drink. Oh, he's an elite. Okay, no like unique bosses this time. I mean, I'm sure if there is one more, then I'm guessing that's what a boss would be at. There we go. One hit. Good job, Ulrid. As usual. Zhao and I coordinate with each other and corner the Varjager leader. What should we do now? There are no police stations in the contamination zones. We do it the bounty hunter way. Either you hold your peace forever, or you leave no regrets behind. Though when it comes to scum like that, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I spared him. Oh, right. I'm gonna guess, Ada was the one that shot. A single gunshot fills the air, and the bulky man wearing the necklace slumps against the wall. Contract closed. Oh, was it me? I recovered the necklace from the man and indicate to Zhao Hui that we should leave. Zhao Hui seems a little pleased with herself right now. Let's go. I turn and head out of the encampment. It's time we return to Ada. 2 days after the Varjager were eliminated. The Italia troops' campsite is abuzz with activity. Tonight, Daybreak's oath will be performed in the settlement for the last time. Night has just fallen, and the temporary seating is packed with audience members who have come here from nearby settlements. As the show progresses, the sounds of applause or sniffling come from the seats, and when the final scene arrives, all eyes are on the girl in the center stage, who is illuminated by the spotlights. Zola, I'm sorry, my very best friend. Please forgive me for bidding you farewell. For last night, I received word from a goddess of dawn. She told me that when daybreak comes, I shall go with the wind, onward to a kingdom on the faraway clouds. But my dear, beloved friend, do not be saddened by this parting. For you know that it has always been my wish to become that faint ray of light that illuminates the dark night. As she recites her lines, a twinkling light blossoms in her hand. She holds up this radiant mote and descends from the stage into the audience seats. Until she finally arrives before a man and a woman. And so from now on, so long as you see the sky at dawn, remember that ray of daybreak and know that I wish you well. Let this necklace be the proof of our pact. No matter where you may be, so long as you need it, it shall become as the daybreak and defend you. And with that, Ada gently lifts her hand and deposits Ferris's necklace into the couple's hands. Then Ada bows deeply to the two of them. I am so sorry. Zhao Hui and I watched the end of the show from an unobtrusive corner of the audience. After seeing Ada finally embrace Ferris's parents, even Zhao Hui's cool expression seems to have softened a little. A good ending, don't you think? It's good that the misunderstanding could be resolved, and it was also good that you were willing to testify about the evil deeds of the Varjagers. Otherwise, Ferris's parents would have found the tale hard to believe. So does that mean our misunderstanding has also been resolved? Can you tell me about your reluctance to join us? Zhao Hui is silent for a while, and then she nods. Before joining Monsoon Squad, I was used to traveling alone and dealing with my dangers I encountered by myself. But after becoming part of Monsoon Squad, Diane, Zhang Yu, and Fei became my friends. We traveled together with the same wish in our hearts, just like Ada and Ferris. I once thought Monsoon would keep traveling like this forever. Oh, okay. I guess that's why. While everyone kept talking about finding their commander, they were still limited by that agreement, so I believed that the day when they would do so would still be far off. Thus, I did not think much about what would happen once the agreement ended, or what I would do. So when I realized that there really was a chance for them to go to the Elmo, I hesitated. If everyone else in the band chose to return to the Elmo, then what about me? Zhao Hui pauses for a moment. She runs her fingers over her knife, then looks at me. The members of Monsoon Squad of Monsoon often told me about you and your shared past. So before I make my decision, I would like to know what made you walk this path of self-exile. To my knowledge, you were not compelled to become a wandering bounty hunter. Oh, me? I look up at the sky. Too many scenes from the past flash before my eyes. What exactly was it that made me choose my present course? I think the flames from that explosion and that one-sided farewell. In order to give all of that sort of meaning, I finally chose to sign the agreement, much as I loathed its terms and the fact I had done so. As my emotions fly into disarray, I shake my head and my gaze settles on the nearby stage. Perhaps it was for these people, Ferris, Ada, and the audience members watching the play, just like you. Perhaps I could have chosen a better paying way of life, but if I had, I would always be taking and carrying out orders. By boarding the Elmo, perhaps I could follow my heart and help the people who needed saving. But then again, maybe I just did it for myself. So, I'm sorry. I cannot answer your question because I still haven't accomplished anything yet. Is that what you wanted to hear, Jiahui? Ah. Jiahui remains silent, and the night shrouds that poker face of hers. She looks down at the scars on her hand, and there is a vague sense of confusion in her eyes. Once, I simply did as I told, never questioning the rightness of my actions or their lack thereof. After that, I learned I could choose for myself, and so you chose Monsoon. Not just Monsoon. When I joined Monsoon, I also chose the future I wanted. So what kind of future will you choose now? Jiahui looks up, stares into my eyes, and the confusion from before is now gone. Commander, I am not like Diane and the others. I have not experienced the days of fighting by your side in a griffin. That's why I cannot immediately decide to board the Elmo and follow you. Oh. But of course, I would like all dolls who join the Elmo to do so of their own free will. However, this commission has allowed me to get the measure of your character, and since my friends in Monsoon Squad trust you completely, I think I can try to trust you too, Commander. In the past, I chose to travel with Monsoon Squad. Now, I think I can choose a future of traveling with the Elmo. Oh, wait. Surely a journey with you should be a pretty good one, am I wrong? And with that, Jiahui watches me quietly. At first I thought she was about to leave, but like she was like accepting for the others to join me. But wait, is she joining me now? Hmm. Well, in terms of doing good and stopping evil, it ought to be pretty good. Upon hearing my answer, Jiahui smiles, that barely visible smile again. Then from now on, the tactical doll Jiahui shall join the Elmo. Here we go. Here's to a jolly cooperation, Commander. It is late at night, and the bustling crowds have receded. The actors have cleared away their costumes and props and are now taking a break, leaving the campsite silent at last. Just as I'm about to return to my tent, I hear a familiar and gentle voice from behind me. Commander, do you have a moment? Diane, what are you doing here? Is something the matter? I came to return you this. Diane smiles as she approaches me, then she extends a hand over to me, revealing that intricate pendant in her palm. The thunderbolt-shaped symbol on the pendant gleams in the night. That's... My thoughts return to a time several years ago. It was before I officially reunited with Diane, a certain request that had led to the Elmo traveling near the Green Zone. There, I received Diane's signal, a blue ribbon brought back by Groza after she returned from a mission in the satellite city. Without news, without a message, we were separated by just a purification zone. These were the limitations imposed by the agreement, and also a sign of Diane's care and concern. At Groza's suggestion, I had her pass Diane dependence. This was the keepsake that you had Miss Groza give me. I still remember the words she told me that day. Bathed in lightning and rain, waiting silently amidst a storm, a blue-white flash shall one day be seen. That is the origin of the name Elmo, and also the promise you made with me, is it not, Commander? Oh really? That's the origin of the name Elmo? I mean, I just thought about the freaking red puppet. I carried this pendant with me during our time apart. It got me through the countless lonely days when my thoughts were of you, and gave me the strength to keep moving forward. Thanks to its existence, I always believed that one day I would be reunited with you, Commander. You're right. The rain and the storm have passed. Welcome back to the Elmo, Diane. I look toward Diane, but just as I'm about to retrieve the pendant, she suddenly pulls her hand back. She holds it in her palm, looking tenderly upon it, as though she were caressing it with her gaze. Huh? Commander, the truth is, I have a request to make of you. Though we are now reunited, I have always etched the meaning of this pendant into my heart. If I might, could I continue to hold on to it? I will always cherish the spirit in which it was given. Still holding the pendant, Diane gazes into my eyes, her face flushing a faint pink. Of course. Shortly afterwards in the Elmo, several dolls who have traveled from afar are now gathered at the foot of the massive vehicle. The twin-tailed girl tugs on the hand of the blue hair cloth girl, hopping around excitedly in front of the Elmo. I'm so happy, big sis. We've returned to the Elmo again. Oh yes, I didn't expect we'd be able to come back. And now, our dear leader Zhao Hui has returned with us. Yep, Monsoon's back together again. Is this really alright? The agreement? Relax. The commander said that our little friend in the non-military forces administration, namely Miss Kalina, will help us take care of it. We won't have to worry about the paperwork. So, let's enjoy our reunion with the commander. Wow, is that the commander coming out? I'm feeling so nervous all of a sudden. Well, that's unusual. To think the day would come when Monsoon's best drummer is blushing. Zhao Hui, you're still making fun of me at a time like this. I was simply trying to add to the mood, and an opportunity to present itself. But I guess it worked it pretty well, no? With a wow, Zhang Yu runs to the Elmo, and Diane follows in resignation. Faye strides into the Elmo too. Zhao Hui walks at the back of the group at a leisurely pace. What does the future hold for Monsoon Squad? Zhao Hui looks up at the person on the Elmos who's waiting for them. Perhaps he will give her the answer. Alright, there we go. So I'm guessing that's the end? Okay. Alright, so yeah, there you have it, guys. That was it for Zhao Hui's event story there. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like, I would say it's, on the same level as like the Zuchero Cafe and also the one that we just did before with the idol with Yuhi. I will say though, this is probably my least favorite one, but at the same time, it's not bad at the very least because so far, I've been enjoying the stories so far. I think they're all good stories. I think the ones that really interest me were the ones like, were like the main story type quests. The ones that really progress the story, I would say. But this one was more of like, just like the Zuchero Cafe and stuff, where they're just side stories to introduce the characters more and stuff. Let me go ahead and just claim this in case I forget. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the Zhao Hui story. And yeah, we'll see if I want to get Springfield for the next big update. We'll see. It might also depend on the second unit. I don't know who might that be. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna, if it is just people I don't care about, or I guess when it comes to me spending my stuff here. Like, yeah, I still want to wait for Andorus and Belka. And I imagine they might, if I had to guess, maybe they won't be in the, in that next big updates with Springfield and stuff. Who knows, I could be wrong. It's just I don't know how that would work. Because I don't think they know each other. But yeah, for now, I think I still want to wait for them. Or maybe someone else that seems really cool. Like another cool person like Klukai. Because yeah, like Klukai, when I first saw her, she was really cool, man. Even Zhao Hui, I would say, when it comes to Zhao Hui, I would say she's definitely, like, even though I thought the story was okay and stuff, like with the others, I do think with her character, she's definitely one of the more cooler characters that I've seen so far in this game. But yeah, it's not enough though for me to get her, because I like to make teams with the characters and not pull for the characters themselves. So yeah, I don't care much about, I guess, trying to get a full team of Monsoon Squad, but I do want to get Hyde 404 done. But yeah, can't wait to see what's next up in the Girls Frontline 2 Exilium stuff. But yeah, if they ever do the, the next big, I guess, updates video, I haven't seen it yet, as of me doing this. I feel like they gotta do it soon, right? Because how many days are left for this? Let me see. Oh, 12 days. That's not... It's still somewhat far. It's less than 2 weeks now. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Maybe they'll show the second unit there, if it is going to be like a 2-part event. Because they're really hyping it up to be like a really big one, I think. But yeah, anyway guys, that's pretty much it for that. Next time, the big update. But yeah, that was it for Echo of Dawn from Zhao Hui. So yeah, that'll be it for now, guys. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good